What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This your man Dre Bank coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Bank Show. This is kind of a extended because I ain't gonna lie, I was wore out. I was tired this morning, so I decided to go ahead and just do the show at 4:30 in the evening. If y'all didn't mind, you know what I'm saying. So it's 4:30 Central Time, 5:30 on the East Coast, and if you're in the West Coast, it is 2:30. Hopefully, your workday is going well for all those who are working the regular shift and not the graveyard shift. On this particular episode, I'm just going to talk about uh, George R. Martin's comments about how a lot of source material gets jacked up when it get in the hands of studios. So we're going to talk about that, and because in the tweet that came out from I think it's Crave Culture, it or Culture Crave on Twitter, it makes a lot of good points about what is going on when these studio heads and stuff like that get the source material and just do what the hell they want to do with it. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over at the Heavy Gant channel, on YouTube. So make sure you guys are checking him out and some of the things that he do. But you already know how I do it. The real question is, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's see who is all up in here so far. J Rob, what's going on? Good afternoon. I always say good morning. Good afternoon. Junior Network, what's up? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Tracy Woods, what is up? Good afternoon. Chill is up in here. House of the Dragon, bed not go astray. It bed night. I can't wait till next, is it next week or the week after next where House of the Dragon starts? Oh, we going at it. D Stizzle, what's up? What's up? Professor Film Fam, what's up? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Georgia said, well, many of us is exactly, and I'm glad that it is George, that is saying this and not just the fans, because I think a lot of times a lot of casuals get it twisted. And I'm experiencing this right now on one of the videos that I just posted. I think the video from the other day when we're talking about T'Challa. And, someone said that he doesn't fit the narrative. Matter of fact, let me just read, because this person, you know what I mean? And again, there's a lot of trolls that be coming through. So I really don't. I'm gonna just put my iPad over here because I'm gonna read it. But this person literally said that, that Thunderbolt Ross didn't die in the MCU. Thunderbolt Ross didn't pass away within the narrative. T'Challa passed away within the narrative. Unless something happens post Secret Wars, I don't see the decision being reversed. And what he doesn't know is that the studio, like literally, we're saying the studio made a conscious effort to delete the man, to make synonymous Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa, which they didn't do the same thing with William Hurt and Thunderbolt Ross. This is all we're saying. And the studio decides to create these narratives. And some people are so blind. A lot of you casual fans are so blind about what the studio actually does. You don't really get that the studio does this type of stuff. You know what I mean? What's up, Eric Shaw? I see you down there. What's up with it, buddy? But the studio makes these conscious decisions. The studio hires these executives, they hire these directors, they hire these producers, they hire these script writers, and then a lot of them take civil liberties on trying to tell the narrative that they want to tell. Damn the source material. Now I'm gonna give you and before I give you the examples on particular movies that have done this, because it's not the first. It's not like that People who have been doing who watch these fantasy movies and also read the books have been saying this for a long time, a long time. So let me pull up this Culture Crave, and let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. And let's just go over a couple of examples. That this is, I mean, this is not the first time that this has been done um, in media, but it seems like the casual fan, a lot of you casuals, are so excited about these shows. And when we say, well, we read the actual source material, this is wrong. Something is absolutely off on this. Y'all get mad at us. The ones who actually, if it wasn't for us buying the source material, you wouldn't have it on here. Like, dude, let's be real. So let me share my screen real quick, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm talking about here. And I kind of love this quote. And I'm a full. Actually, let me change the ratio, but I'm a full screen it real quick. Here, George R. R. Martin calls out producers and screenwriters who change things from the books. Now, I understand that if certain things, like I give you an example. Stephen King's It, the actual movie, It. There's things in that book that you cannot put on screen. And me and Mika G was talking about this. We're getting ready to, and of course, don't forget Saturday, we are having our watch party again, and I will make the invitation to that here on today. But it's Stephen King's It. There is a actual scene where the young lady tosses up to the losers club. In the book, she sleeps with the losers club. They basically, come on, ride that train, choo choo, and ride it up. You know what I mean? You can't put that. You can't put that in the source material, right? You cannot put that in the source material. Now, or in the movie, because of the climate and all of that, right? So I can understand that being taken out, but the actual story still needs to be cohesive, right? But when you just change the whole entire movie or entire series to fit what you want to do, that's where we got a problem. So let me read this. Everywhere you look, there are more screenwriters and producers eager to take great stories and make them their own. It does not seem to matter whether the source material was written by Stan Lee, and that is a clue because I'm gonna get into a lot of the source material for Stan Lee being just straight trashed. Ian Fleming, Ronald Dahl, Roald Dahl, Ursula K. Le Guin, J.R.R. Tolkien, Mark Twain, Jane Austen, or anyone. No matter how major a writer it is, no matter how great the book, there's always seems to be someone on hand who thinks he can do better, eager to take the story and improve on it, quote unquote. The book is the book. The film is the film. They will tell you as if they were saying something profound. Then they make the story their own. They never make it better, though. Not 999 times out of 1,000, they make it worse. So this is a quote, and I love this quote from George R. R. Martin, and I'm gonna tell you why that I like this quote. For the simple fact is that I give you a prime example. Since we talk about Marvel, DC, and other stuff like George R. R. Martin's House of the Dragon, in Game of Thrones and all of that. You know why people had a problem with the last season of Game of Thrones? Because they deviated from the book so much. And again, that's why George R. R. Martin is being consulted on the House of the Dragon. When people had a problem with black people in these fantasy movies, he was there to defend it, and I love that. But he's still alive to defend it. Let's get to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, right? we're in the Recast T'Challa movement, the ones who are really going hard for Recast T'Challa, the ones that use our platforms to dedicate time to Recast T'Challa, is saying this. You had a guy who destroyed the Fantastic Four single-handedly by himself to test him or to test himself. And then you get him in the movies and people take civil liberties to do what the hell that they want to do with it. So when we say that's not right, that sucks. That's not what we're trying, that's not the story that we're trying to have. People get mad. Well, they did it in the movies. That doesn't make it. Well, the source material be damned. The source material be damned that, T'Challa was so passive aggressive to allow people to enter the borders of Wakanda. It's not what we do. It's to protect the borders of Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? He's a dick by doing that. You know what I mean? To take civil liberties or making one of his biggest rivals his cousin. You know what I mean? To make one of the first villains that he encountered, right? One of the first villains he encountered. You know what they did to him? Make him passive, make him beat him in the waterfalls, and not let M'Baku beat the brakes out for the Avengers like literally like he did in the comics. Make him this opposing. No, let's take liberties. Let's make this kumbaya, story instead of making a Black Panther story. And again, the movie was good, but it's not it's not a good Black Panther story. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, same thing. Not a good Black Panther story. That is a terrible Black Panther story. Good movie if it wasn't Black Panther. You know what I mean? I give you another example of this. Fantastic Four 2015. You know why it's getting rebooted in the MCU? Because the movie sucked. It had nothing to do with the Fantastic Four and the origins of the story. Even the race swap. And I'm going to talk about something that I heard from Torrin Rain Reloaded on his IG page. And shout out to my man, because he said something that I can actually agree with. You know what I'm saying? I can agree because I can understand his side of it. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But Fantastic Four, none of the story is anything from a Fantastic Four story point. Not Ultimate Fantastic Four, not nothing for Fantastic Four. It sucked. The original Fantastic Four movie that came out in the 2000s. It was cool as a popcorn flick, but that's not the Fantastic Four. If you know the Fantastic Four, that's not the Fantastic Four. Hell, Galactus being a cloud monster is got to be the dumbest shit we've ever saw in cinema. You know what I mean? We did this with The Last Airbender. You know what I'm saying? Before they made the Avatar The Last Airbender series on Netflix, only thing that we had was The Last Airbender that came out by M. Night Shyamalan, taking several liberties to make a horrible-ass story. It sucked. You even check, the show is on television. Then, and instead of calling this kid Aang and having him have a personality or all of that, you called him Ung. Everybody's white. That, you know what I'm saying? The Fire Nation is Middle Eastern. He's Middle Eastern. Why would you do that? Like, that sucks. You know this is going off of Eastern Chinese culture, and you decide just to do what the hell you want to do with it, and then you want people not to complain. These casuals don't want you to complain about that so we can see change. So we can be able to see the stuff that we love and be like, that sucks. I'm not spending my money seeing this trash. But then they be like, you should just be happy. It ain't nothing wrong with it. It's cool. What the hell are you talking about? You don't even buy none of this product. You don't buy the merchandise. You don't buy the books. You don't buy nothing. And you have the nerves to tell me, the person who's actually spending his hard-earned dollar buying action figures and comic books and all of that, not to have a voice. Release the Snyder Cut. The reason why is because they seen their product. White people seen their product on screen. I'm call a duck a duck. And say, I don't want this shit. What is this? What is this? That's not Batman. That's not Batman Rose. What is going on with Wonder Woman? Why is Superman? What's wrong with Superman's face? They argue. They complained about it. You know what they did? They complained about it so much that Warner Brothers decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and matter of fact, get everybody in here. Let's reshoot some scenes. Let's do some new stuff. And let's create this Snyder Cut. And the Snyder Cut, albeit being 3.5 hours long, was actually really good. and I actually enjoyed it. Go figure. Now, does it follow any type of story or anything? No. You know what I mean? They took a lot of civil liberties in Batman v Superman to bring out the ugliest version of Doomsday that I've ever seen in my life. He looked like one of the trolls that Gandalf said, "You shall not pass." But what they did was they took the civil liberties just to listen to the fans. Sonic the Hedgehog had nothing to do with the actual video game for real, right? They took some liberties. You can see a couple of things if you played, some of the newer, like the Dreamcast, Sonic the Hedgehog that came out in like 2000 or whatever. You can say, oh, okay, I can see what they can do. It has nothing to do with the actual Sonic the Hedgehog. But when that first design came out, the people voiced their opinion and they made changes. So why in the hell are people fighting us so much about T'Challa, right? Just like Deadpool. I pitched a bitch when I seen Wolverine Origins. Why? Because I'm a Deadpool fan. I know damn well that's not Deadpool. Yo, his mouth is shut. He got knives coming out of his arm. Who the hell thought about this? It sucked. It sucked. And the only way that, no disrespect to E-Man, because E-Man was, hey, peaceful protests on Wakanda Forever. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what they do. I get that. But the only way that you make change literally is with your dollars. The only way that you make change. And now people are legitimately arguing with me. This hacker 244020 is legitimately arguing with me and Andre Ware in the comment section of my video for the simple fact is that we're saying that the studio decided to make T'Challa and Chadwick synonymous, which an actor is that's a job, just a job, just a job, right? You get fired from a job. You get hired from a job. You could die while on the job. You could die after the job. You know what I mean? You can get recasted if you age yourself out of a role. You know what I mean? They didn't recast Cassie Lang 3 times so far. Rhodey got a recast. Trust me, if they want to recast, Thunderbolt Ross got recast, even though William Hurt died of cancer. You know what I mean? And the studio didn't decide to make Thunderbolt Ross, right? And William Hurt synonymous. Even though William Hurt has been there since the beginning of the MCU. They didn't make him synonymous. Right? They made that. They made that civil liberty. So now the story is off. You know what I mean? Some other examples of just doing what the hell you want to do with a franchise, right? Look what happened with Black Adam. Trash. 1000% garbage pail juice. Trash. It sucked. Completely sucked. You know what I mean? Now, well, as a matter of fact, I think Super Mario Brothers, trash. Doom, trash. But then they tell us the ones who buy the material that we can't complain. Now, let me talk about something that Torrin said. What's up with it, Torrin? Let me give you something that Torrin said that I kind of actually agree with, and I can see his side 1000%. He's on his Instagram, and he talks about how in the fantasy world, especially with House of the Dragon, how the young black lady got had the death threats. Something that me and Eric July's really seen this a lot differently, especially when the young lady that they created a role for in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, right? They created a story. She was part of the order. At least it came from a perspective of somebody who got away at Order 66. Even though it wasn't originally in there, they wrote it in and it did make sense. Now, it's certain other things that don't make sense in that, but I'm not going to get to that right now. But it's the simple fact is that, This young lady had death threats and all this other crazy stuff. Reva, thank you, chill. Reva. They had all these death threats and all this other stuff. Because she's a black woman in a fantasy thing. And yeah, did she get a little bit of the shine as as almost damn near a co-lead or her story getting told? But it made sense towards the end, right? Even though we probably never see this character again or whatever, I can understand why they did it. I can kind of storyboard wise, right? But something Torrance said was like, look, I don't even care if they race swap, because even when they do have an original character like a Reva, you know what I'm saying? You still complain. So why should I not kind of bask in the glory of a race swap character? You're gonna complain regardless. And I kind of understand where he's coming from, because you have when you take the source material and you just shit on it anyway, you turn around and you race swap, you turn around and race swap it. You know what I'm saying? What am I complaining? You're going to complain about it anyway. Like a lot of people were still complaining about Black Panther. A lot of folks were still complaining about white people was complaining about Black Panther. Even though this is original character, some people still had their problems. Because you're seeing a black man on film being a lead. Ooh, spooky. And somehow that burns your grits. But then, you or Falcon. Falcon. That's not my, remember that not my cap? Hashtag that was going on during Falcon and the Winter Soldier series when he finally got the shield and all of that, even though they did it in the source material. They did it in the source material. People still complained. But they had no problem when Bucky was Captain America. No problem, you understand, when John Walker was Captain America. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? And then you have these people these producers and directors, they get the source material, right? And they crap all over it. They completely crap all over it, right? And then people complain about it, and then somehow, some way that they get a change. They get the change that they're looking for. Well, I got to suffer through 8 years of no T'Challa. You see what I mean? They complain about the stuff that they get crapped on, things change. Lord of the Rings, some of the stuff that they did in The Hobbit, people crapped on. You know what they did? Turned around and retold a whole new story on Amazon Prime. Well, told the story from J.R.R. Tolkien's books. But then got mad because the black lady, you know what I'm saying, was the queen. Where does the black person come from? Where the hell does Black Hobbit come from? The Witcher. The reason why Henry Cavill left The Witcher, because they was just shitting all over the source material. You know what I mean? Why would I want to be a part of it when I like this? When I like The Witcher, I like the story. I read the books, and then I'm sitting over here like, this doesn't make any sense. This is this is not even part of the source material. What am I doing? You know what I mean? So, to me, I can give you examples in the MCU, right? MCU, when they did Iron Man, when they did Iron Man, about a good percentage of that movie followed a lot of the source material. You know why? Because Jon Favreau is a fan. He's a comic book fan, right? He's a comic book fan. So a lot of the stuff that you've seen in Iron Man, you can see where they pulled it from. Of course, you're not going to go, 1-to-1, but you can see the love that they put inside for that character. And the character, you can say, if I read the comics, oh, well, he does. Tony Stark kind of acts like that. I can see where they get that from. I can see where they get that from. Right? Even Thor, even though they didn't do the Donald Blake thing or whatever, you know what I mean? The alternate ego or whatever, you can still see, you know, Thor, that's Thor. If you read Thor comics and then you see that even you see the first Thor movie, you say, okay, all right. You know, it took a little bit for Hawkeye and Black Widow. You know what I mean? But you can see Captain America. You can see where, you know, I mean, they even made fun of themselves punching Hitler and then having a comic, a Captain America comic in universe. You know what I'm saying? Where Captain America's punching, I can do that right. You know what I mean? Do that right. But then you look at something like Shang-Chi that just, even though I like Shang-Chi, but this doesn't follow the source material. But that's because the source material, if you really think about it, was a little racist because it was following the Kung Fu craze of the 1970s. You know what I mean? So you can see, you know, Fantastic Four. None of that followed. None of it. You know, none of it. Ant-Man. Ugh. Not having Janet Van Damme as a founding member of the Avengers is egregious to me. You know what I mean? It's egregious. Not having Hank Pym as you know, a younger Hank Pym in that universe with Captain America and all of them, to me is still egregious. Even though I love Paul Rudd, why Paul Rudd couldn't be Hank Pym? So I don't want to keep y'all long. You know, I kind of wanted to just express this. And let me get to some of y'all. Oh man, my man Brandon, man, thank you and congratulations to my man who is gonna be a new. I guess I could say he's gonna be a new pappy. You know what I'm saying? That's my man, Bam Keith. Make sure you check out his albums on Spotify, Apple Music. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you get your music from, my man, dope producer, dope rapper. Make sure that you check it, my man. Now, this next thing with anime and manga. These studios taking the manga material and changing and making their own. Oh my god, I forgot about Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball has to be the worst adaptation of a manga in the history of the planet. Anime manga trash. 1,000% garbage pail juice with the maggots. Trash. Well, let me go ahead and hook you up for that super chat. You know what I'm saying? Because I super appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? What can I give you?
Now you're looking at the world's richest man, and I'm black.
Thank you so very much for that super chat. Let me get to some of the comments here. Man, that movie is trash. Dragon Ball, trash. Trash. Cowboy Bebop, trash. Trash. What was they thinking with Cowboy Bebop? Jesus, Lord, hold on, let me get started. But then, you know what? That's why I literally watch if the Japanese do an anime adaptation, I'd rather watch that. Because I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. Excuse me. It was Fu Manchu. Exactly. Ring of Power worked perfectly with. You see what I mean? Ring of Power. It literally followed a lot of the source material. It's an adaptation that don't make chronological six. Ant-Man First Class was one of them. Totally changing. Exactly. Trash. Where's Iceman? Where is it? First of all, why is Beast, even though in the original Beast was not in his Beast form, right? But why was he played by the dude who looked like he could have played Cyclops? You know what I mean? It's just yeah, X-Men First Class. You had the Hellfire Club, but no Jean Grey, no Phoenix, no trash. Zora Eartha. Oh, okay. Oh, y'all talking to chill. Well, yeah. Trash. What's going on, Kiro? What's up? Trash. Trash, 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 trash. There's so much trash out here. It's so much trash out here. You know what I mean? Daredevil, trash. Catwoman, trash. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the 5 worst comic book adaptations of all time. The 5 worst. Because I got to give you 5. There's more than that, but I'm going to give you 5. I'm going to give you 5. They just totally said, you know what? Flub the source material. I'm going to give you what I want. I'm going to make that. I'm going to get that to you. And then, since we're talking about anime, I should do the 5 worst anime adaptations of all time. Just trash. You know what I'm talking about, too.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Let me go ahead and wrap it up because I got to get it out of here, get it ready for work. But I thank you so very much for tuning in to this 4:30 section of the Dre Mac Show. I will be back in the morning. I was just a little tired. But thank you so very much for tuning in today and giving a good conversation. And, let's be real. I think me, Torn, and Chill needs to talk about, you know what I'm saying, his thoughts, have a big powwow. We need to do that one day about, why is acceptable, when and why is acceptable to do a race swap. You know what I'm saying? If me, Chill, Torn, we have a big powwow about it. A powwow about that. I think that'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I see Torn's side and I also see Chill side. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to set that up soon. Let's set up a date so we can be able to get that stuff done. But anyway, thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vampire, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Thursday. Where's my outro at? Let's get up out of here. Gotta make that money, man.
Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over?
What?
Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.